Emmerdale spoilers. Caleb reels as he makes huge death discovery. Caleb Milligan took some time off from lusting after Tracy in Wednesday's episode of Emmerdale to do a bit of sleuthing. The target of his suspicions was Kim Tate, the woman who was previously the focus of an elaborate revenge plot by Caleb when he first came to the village. Kim was previously married to Caleb's father, Frank Tate, and he blamed her for Frank's death. His plan to destroy her by taking her home, her business and anything else he could get his hands on away from her backfired when Kim realized what he was up to. Since then, Caleb and his son Nicky have settled into the village and steadily become a part of village life, building a business alongside Nate and Kane and being accepted into the Dingle family. Caleb has even drunk from the Dingle welly, so you know he's officially a Dingle. But an encounter with Kim in the cafe at the start of this episode proved that his previous animosity to Kim Tate hasn't gone away. His suspicion was piqued when he asked after Lydia, who is currently staying at home farm as she tries to deal with the aftermath of being raped. When Caleb mentioned rapist Craig, he noticed Kim's odd reaction. Later he saw her riding her horse in the village. "Is this the horse that killed Craig?" he asked. Of course everyone knows it's the horse that killed Craig, but the story was that the horse had got loose at the time and Kim was nowhere near it. Kim was unsettled by this encounter, as she told Will later in the Woolpack. Will insisted that he can't find OWT if there's nought to find. But Kim wasn't so sure and made a phone call to Kane. Viewers will recall that Kim was riding her horse when she came upon Craig, who was staggering in a field after being brutally beaten up by Sam, with Kane egging him on. Kim was in no mood to help Craig because of what he'd done to her friend Lydia. Desperate for help, Craig grabbed the horse's rein, which caused the animal to rear up and kick him. Kim saw that he was nearly dead as he lay on the ground. At that point Kane arrived and between them they came up with a plan to leave Craig to die and make it seem that neither of them had had anything to do with it. Their story had satisfied the police and it seemed they were in the clear, but with Caleb nosing around, Kim felt spooked. "We can't have him finding out what really happened to Craig," she told Kane on the phone. It was really not the best plan to make this call in the Woolpack, as Caleb was listening. Back at home, Caleb mulled things over. He told Nicky that something was not adding up about Craig's death, and that Kane had something to do with it. Nicky said the best plan was just to ask Kane straight out about it. "Maybe I should," Caleb said. "Is he about to discover the truth? And what will he do with the information if so, given that his brother is as guilty as his arch enemy?"
Xin chào các bạn đã quay trở lại với kênh Spoiler. Vừa rồi các bạn đã theo dõi một